It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. All that and more coming up next.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. As CD, folks are excited here in Carolina. They have been since March 10th. That being the day that the Panthers traded up with the Bears for the right to select Alabama's Bryce Young first overall.
And select him first overall they did. And not only that, during the free agent period, the rest of the draft, they also tried to surround this young quarterback with extra talent, trying to get him activated early so he can be a starter from day one.
Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the wait goes on for a Super Bowl appearance. This will be the 28th season since they last won Super Bowl 30 in 1996.
Let's add on to that. They haven't even been to an NFC Championship game since 1996. And you know, that does not sit well in the owner's box for the Dallas Cowboys, continuing trying to find their way back to the top of the mountain.
Eddie Pinheiro about set to get us going, and we are underway here in Charlotte. Kevontae Turpin now to return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So the Cowboys ready to go on offense for the first time, and it is their now 30-year-old quarterback, Dak Prescott, who leads the way.
Prescott has some things to clean up from last season, leading the NFL with 15 interceptions in only 12 games played. But we can't overlook the good. 23 touchdowns and an 8-4 record as a starter as he led the Cowboys to consecutive postseasons for the first time since 2007.
Now a man who's taken the reins with the Cowboys, it's Tony Pollard. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now 2nd and 9. On the draw, it's Pollard. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down to about the 33-yard line.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Going right back to Ferguson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
It's caught left side by Cooks. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Prescott off play action. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Pollard again. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down, stopped at the Panthers' 29. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Trying to run forward with Pollard. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Pollard will take it up the gut. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, 14 yards. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Panthers set to take over for the first time. And Charles will get a look at the much-heralded rookie Bryce Young, the first overall pick from April's draft.
Bryce Young, the quarterback out of Alabama with a Heisman Trophy in his hip pocket, is the new face of Carolina football. 80 touchdowns, just 12 picks in his college career for the Crimson Tide. He may be a little small in terms of size, but potential, massive.
It's Young off play action. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Now 2nd and 3. One of the Panthers' big offseason acquisitions. Here's Miles Sanders. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Nice run from Sanders to accomplish a couple of long-awaited firsts last season in Philadelphia. finally broke 1,000 yards and had 11 touchdowns to help reach his first Pro Bowl.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Off the play fake, Young. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Now Young.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away.
Kevontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
On 1st and 10, Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Prescott.
Looking downfield for Pollard. And that's going to be incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
What a first quarter he's been putting together. He scored the touchdown earlier, and he's in phase right out of the gate. Right now, he's playing with such confidence, he doesn't believe that they have an answer for him no matter what they do on defense. And here's another big play to prove his point.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Did he get the feet down? Yes. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Cowboys lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Now Raheem Blackshear going to take this one out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Young will set to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. He's still on his feet. And all the way down to the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 74 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. Now Young.
That's to the pylon and incomplete.
And down here, first and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on first down, then ran it on second down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important third down try?
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a fourth down coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
They'll come up second and 6 now from the 24. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play, only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers, everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. That's taken on the 25. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, Young. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Throwing, Young. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And this one quickly to Lamb. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. He finds his man, Pollard. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Prescott yet again. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
We're killing ourselves.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down, stopped at the Panthers' 14.
67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Whoa! It still won't go down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Cowboys are able to widen their advantage. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Point after here coming up. And it's 21-3. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They go play action. Young. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And this offense on third down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Now Prescott.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Option play, here's Pollard.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, Prescott.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 26. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
A first down throw for Prescott.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a 2nd and 10.
And again, it's Prescott. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Prescott to throw it. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth.
And that big gain may just change the thought.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now Prescott. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise. But how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
On 1st and 10, Young. And, oh, that is going to be a safety.
I've got to give them a ton of credit here because they're just refusing to give that other sideline any kind of hope. That safety not only kills the drive, but adds to a big early lead. And the way that this one's going, I would expect that lead to continue to grow in the ensuing possessions.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Fielded just inside the 20.
And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now a timeout called for by the offense as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
They can't read us straight up. Let's go. Let's go. It's one last time, baby.
Prescott on first down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Prescott's throw taken in there by Cooks.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a strong first half for running back Tony Pollard. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And Raheem Blackshear now to return it. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional in the battle of game plans. Theirs has been superior.
He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, it's Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with second and a couple. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
He's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. Gets around him. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
Hubbard. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Giovanni Ricci punching it in from a yard away. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. On the return, this is Turpin. And he'll get it out just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play here for Dallas. 46 yards.
Another big play right there. And this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Prescott. Left side to Lamb. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up second down.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Throwing. Prescott. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Oh, I think we all understand his disappointment. Didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that. Still, all in all, a huge play, and now they're set up 1st and goal at the 1.
Pollard looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Pollard again.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Tony Pollard
Taking it in from a yard out as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Prescott there to throw for it, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
They start on the ground here at Sanders.
Down the left sideline. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. 102 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
The ultimate speedster, showing that speed in front of this home crowd. They love that.
Made me stand up on that run because right now all I want to do is wave to the crowd. More noise, more noise. You got to be rewarded for that one. A big-time monster run.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. It's Young off play action. That's going to be caught. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 23 yards, the final tally.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Sanders is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Tony Pollard and his Dallas teammates ready again on offense. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
Ball delivered complete. The crossing route Gallup.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Pollard will take it up the gut. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Prescott now on 2nd down.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch. It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. Here's Prescott. And that's complete to Cooks.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th.
109 yards.
The gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Throw left side complete. That's Lamb. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Prescott now.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Cowboys' 1st down, as he'll wind up getting close to 10 yards there. They only needed 1 on 4th and 1.
They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest. I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the 1st down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, the decision paid off indeed. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
2nd down, Pollard again.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Cowboys have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Carolina offense about ready to go. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
1st and 10, Young. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Young to throw it. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw, Young. That's to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
That throw by Young incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Young. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough, and now 4th down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
It's desperation time. Young on 4th down, and it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They run straight ahead here with Pollard, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers 13. That one good for 33 and a first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Swinging this out for Pollard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
A first down throw for Young. It got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. To throw, Young.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll throw again. Young.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. It's Young on first down.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Young will set to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. It'll be Young again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Young on 3rd and 2. Touchdown, Panthers. Adam Thielen from 3 yards out.
And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback, but hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead, but at the same time, got it done, and it'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a give here to Pollard. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with the defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
A give to Pollard running left. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.